Advice to himself by Gaius Catullus. Said Catullus, stop playing the fool, and let what you know leads you to ruin, and once bright days shone for you, when you come often drawn to the girl, loved as no other will be loved by you. And there were many pleasures with her, but you wished, and the girl not unwillingly, truly the bright days shone for you. And now she no longer wants you, and you weak men be unwilling to chase what flees, or live in misery. Be strong-minded, stand firm. Goodbye, girl. Now Catullus is firm. He doesn't search for you, won't ask unwillingly. But you grieve, and nobody asks. Woe to you, wicked girl, what lies left for you? Who will submit to you now, who will see your beauty? Who now will you love? Whose will they say you'll be? Who will you kiss? Whose lips will you bite? But you, Catullus, be resolved to be firm. Atalanta by Gaius Catullus. It's as pleasing to me as, they say, that golden arrows of a swift girl will lose their belt too long tied. Ave Atque Vale by Gaius Catullus. From many countries and over many seas I have come, brother, to these melancholy reeds, to show this final honor to the dead and speak to the purpose to your silent ashes, since now fate takes you, even you, from me. O brother, ripe the way for me so cruelly, and now at least take these last offerings, blessed by the tradition of our parents, gifts to the dead. Accept by custom that a brother's tears drown, and for eternity, brother, hail and farewell. Back from Spain to Veranius by Gaius Catullus. Veranius, first to me of all my 300,000 friends, have you come home to your own house, your harmonious brothers and old mother? You beg, happy news for me. I'll see you safe and sound and listen to your tales of Spanish places that you've done and tribes, as is your custom, and hang about your neck and kiss your lovely mouth and eyes. Who of all men is happier when I am the gladdest and happiest? By ways remote and distant waters sped, by Gaius Catullus. By ways remote and distant waters sped, brother, to thy sad grave side am I come, that I may give the last gifts to the dead, and veni parley the fine ashes dumb. Since she who now bestows and now denies, I've ta'en thee, harmless brother, from mine eyes. But lo, these gifts, the heirlooms of past years, are made sad things to grace the coffin shell. Take them, all drenched with brother's tears, and, brother, for all time, hail and farewell. Driven across many nations by Gaius Catullus. Driven across many nations, across many oceans, I am here, my brother, for this final parting, to offer at last those gifts which the dead are given, to speak in vain to your unspeaking ashes, since bitter fortune forbids you to hear me or answer, O my wretched brother, so abruptly taken. Thou must celebrate grief with funeral tributes, offer the dead in the ancient way of the fathers. Accept these presents, wet with my brotherly tears, and now and forever, my brother, hail and farewell. Am rival to the gods I place, by Gaius Catullus. Am rival to the gods I place, am loftier yet, if loftier be, who, Lesbia, sits before thy face, who listens and so looks on thee. Thee smiling soft, yet with delight, of all my sense consigned to death. And thou dawn'st on my side, wretched, flits my labouring breath. A tongue's palsy at is subtly hit, fire creeps me through from limb to limb, loud ears tingle all unbid, twin clouds of night mine eyes bedim. Ease is my plague, ease makes thee void. Catullus, with his vacant hours and wanton, ease that half destroyed great kings and states with all their powers. His boat, by Gaius Catullus. This boat you see, friends will tell you, that she was the fastest of craft, not to be challenged for speed, but any vessel afloat, whether driven by sail or the labour of oars. A threatening Adriatic coast won't deny it, nor the isles of the Cyclades, nor noble roads, nor fearful Bosphorus, nor the grim bay of the Black Sea, where, before becoming a boat, she was left in wood, for on the height of Catullus she often hissed over whispering leaves. A boat says these things were well known to you, and are amass trees and boxwood clays grows. She says from the very beginning she stood on your slope, which she dipped her oars in your water, and carried her owner from where were so many headstrong breakers, where the wind cried from starboard or larboard, or where Jupiter struck at the sheets on one side and the other together. And no prayers to the gods of shore were offered for her when she came from a foreign sea here, as far as the limpid lake. At its past, and hidden away here she ages quietly and offers herself to you, Cus and his brother heavenly twins. How many kisses, by Gaius Catullus. Lesbia, you ask how many kisses of yours would you love and more to satisfy me, as many as the grains of Libyan sand that lie between hot Jupiter's oracle and Ammon, and resin Productus, serene and old but yet sacred tomb. As many as the stars of the night is still grazing down on secret human desires, as many of her kisses kissed are enough and more for mad Catullus, as can't be counted by spice, nor an evil tongue bewitch us. Let's live and laugh by Gaius Catullus. Let's live, my Lesbia, let us laugh. All the words of the old and small, may they be worth less than nothing to us. Suns may set, and suns may rise again, and when our brief light has set, night is one long everlasting sleep. Give me 1,000 kisses, 100 more, another 1,000 and another 100, and when we've counted up the many thousands, confuse them so as not to know them all, so that no enemy may cast an evil eye, but knowing that there were so many kisses. Sparrow, the special delight of my girl, by Gaius Catullus. Sparrow, the special delight of my girl, often she teases and holds on her lap and pokes with the tip of her finger, will walk in counterattacks with your mordant beak, whenever my luminous love desires something or other, innocuous fun, a bit of escape, I suppose, from the pain, a moment of peace from a turbulent passion, and she could play like she does with you, and lighten the cares of my soulful soul. It thrills me as much as the nimble girl in the story was filled by the gilded apple, and finally unclinched the Virginia gone. The God Abandons Antony, by Gaius Catullus. At midnight, when suddenly you hear an invisible procession going by with exquisite music, voices don't mourn your luck that's failing now, work gone wrong, your plans all proving deception, don't mourn them uselessly. As one long prepared and full of courage, say goodbye to her, to Alexandria who's leaving. Above all, don't fool yourself, don't say it was a dream, your ears deceived you. Don't recreate yourself with empty hopes like these, as one long prepared and full of courage, as is right for you who were given this kind of city, go firmly to the window and listen with deep emotion, but not with the whining, the pleas of a coward. Listen, your final pleasure, to the voices, to the exquisite music of that strange procession, and say goodbye to her, to the Alexandria you are losing. To Cornelius, by Gaius Catullus. To whom do I send this fresh little book of wit, just polished off with dry pumice? To you, Cornelius, since you were accustomed to consider my trifles worth something, even then the long of Italians dared to expel all the ages in free learned works, by Jupiter and with the greatest labor. Then take this little book for your own, whatever it is, and its worth. Virgin Muse Patronus, let it last, for more lives than one. To Fabullus, by Gaius Catullus. You dine well in a few days with me, the gods are kind to you, my dear Fabullus, and you bring lots of good food with you, and don't come without a pretty girl, and wine and wit and all your larva. I say you'll dine well, and charmingly if you bring at that, since your Catullus Persilas is full of cobwebs. And accept in demons in return for wine, whatever sweeter and finer, still give you a perfume, my girl, was given by loves and cupids, and when you've smelled it you will ask the gods to make you Fabullus or nose. To Varus, by Gaius Catullus. Varus drags me into his affairs out of a forum, where I am seen idling. To the little whore I immediately saw, a very intelligent, not unattractive, who, and we came there, met us with varied chatter, including, how might Bithynia's dance now, what's it like, and where might the benefit have been to me in cash. I told her what's true, nothing at all, while neither the praetors nor their ales return any the richer, especially since our praetor Memmius the Baggar cared not a jot for his followers. But surely, they said, you could have bought slaves, they say are made for the litter there. I, so the girl might take me to my wealthy said, no, for my things weren't so bad, that coming across from that province couldn't buy 8 good men. But I'd no one, neither here nor where, who might even raise to his shoulder the shattered foot of an old coach. At this she, like the shameless thing she was, said, I beg you, my dear Catullus, for the loan of them, just to a while. I'd like to be carried to Zeus' temple. Wait, I said to the girl, what I just said was mine, isn't actually in my possession. My friend Cinna, that's Gaius purchased the thing for himself. Whether his or mine, no difference to me. I used them just as well as I'd be bought them myself. But you are quite tasteless, knowing, you with whom my next is allowed. True or false, by Gaius Catullus. None could ever say that she, Lesbia, was so loved by me. Never all the world around, faith so true as mine was found. If no longer it endures what it did, before it is yours. I can never think again well of you, I try in vain. But be false, do what you will, Lesbia, I must love you still.